Roman Reigns' Sufferin Succotash promo is one of the most infamous pieces of mic work in wrestling history. So let's keep the meme alive. The following is a comically dead serious, literal analysis of Roman Reigns' Sufferin Succotash promo.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I'm not sorry.
Two contradictory apologies in 2 sentences. The speaker issues an unthinking apology and immediately retracts it. Roman is conducting a sociolinguistic experiment in apology fluctuation. Demonstrates the ritual of social courtesy, apology, only to expose it as a performative facade. The initial apology lubricates conversation entry. The subsequent retraction informs the converser that no bounds will constrain the forthcoming verbal onslaught. It is mechanically very efficient.
But look at you, you're just so full of yourself now.
The target's interior volume is primarily self-contained ego. Reigns anatomizes hubris as a measurable bodily state. Fullness. We can imagine, for comedic precision, a fully inflated ego with a gauge reading, pride. 10 out of 10.
Actually, you're full of something else.
Correction. The container previously thought to be filled with self-esteem contains an alternate substance. This is the rhetorical pivot. Roman claims superiority in knowledge. He not only diagnoses, but corrects the diagnosis. From a forensic linguistic standpoint, this is the moment the insult becomes a reveal. Expectation reversal is the core engine of this line's humor and aggression.
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of sufferin Succotash, son!
Let's take this word by word. Sniveling, emitting nasal discharges. Also, whining. Little, lacking size, physically or status-wise. Suck up, one who flatters for personal gain. Sellout, one who trades principles for currency. Full of sufferin succotash. The body cavity is occupied by a boiled mixture of corn and lima beans, seasoned with suffering. Son, familiar address intended to infantilize. Roman constructs an insult through layers. He begins with standard contempt, sniveling, escalates with suck up, then moral condemnation, sellout, and crowns it with a culinary image, sufferin succotash, which functions as the metaphorical solvent holding these traits together. Why succotash? As a dish, it is humble, old-fashioned and rustic, comfort food, not fine cuisine. To be full of succotash is to be filled with the ordinary, the pedestrian, the utterly unglamorous. And in sufferin transforms it. Now the dish carries an emotional receipt. The person is not merely pedestrian. They are saturated with manufactured sorrow and performative hardship. It's an accusation of artificial victimhood flavored with solid food. From a grammatical lens, the phrase full of sufferin succotash is intentionally inconvenient. The culinary metaphor disarms the listener, then amputates dignity with a starch-laden scalpel.
Yeah, I know, that was not easy to say.
The speaker acknowledges the phonetic or semantic challenge he just undertook. This phrase is a performative wink. It validates the oddness of the insult, increases theatrical tension, and signals self-awareness. Roman knows he used a strange combination of words, and by saying so, he invites the audience to share in the transgression. It's a classic lampshading move.
My so-called brother here, he's got donkey dung for brains.
Brother's cognitive container is filled with the conceptual mashup of donkey and dong, i.e. equine foolishness pulled into a human intellect. This is a neologistic slam. Donkey dong for brains is wonderfully imagistic. The insult is both zoological and kinetic, implying clumsy, stubborn, stupidity. It's creative cruelty, less blunt than he's dumb, more weirdly specific and therefore more memorable.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna kick your ass.
A promise of future physical propulsion of the interlocutor's posterior into trajectories inconsistent with current position. After the linguistic virtuosity, Roman ends with the classic, unvanished promise of violence, pro-Western classic, performative insult, clarifying absurdity, kinetic resolution. The threat restores the old-school energy, words were practice, action is the theorem's proof. Roman Reigns' Sufferin Succotash promo is a masterclass in layered insult architecture. It opens with ritual politeness, performs diagnostic humiliation, cultivates a bizarre culinary metaphor to deliver novelty, dabs at self-awareness, deploys family ridicule in imaginative zoological terms, and closes with an uncomplicated threat. In all seriousness, It's a miracle this didn't kill the big dog's career right on the spot. Even more proof that this is a miracle is the fact the crowd started to cheer and chant Roman Reigns' name. Although this could very easily have been a piped-in sound effect. What makes this even funnier is the backstage story of Roman unsuccessfully trying to talk Vince McMahon out of saying sufferin Succotash, but the chairman not budging. Reigns then seeked out the wisdom of his friend Dean Ambrose. He wanted to know if there was any way to make this sound cool. Not even Dean Ambrose, Mr. Jon Moxley himself, had any ideas to save this. Now it's your time to let me know what you think in the comments below. You've been watching Double W.
The best things in wrestling.